Welcome to the Bridging Insider, and this week our guest is Katie. And Katie, you're hoping that we can help you with?
Well, I have a couple issues. I have plantar fasciitis in both feet with some neuropathy, and I have very tight shoulders from some surgeries that I've had in the past.
Okay, great. We'll see what we can figure out. I'm Cara Lindell. I'm the founder of the Bridging Institute and the Bridging Technique. And it's based off of my unique background as a systems engineer and a movement specialist. And it's where we use physics of the body to solve your pain and movement challenges. So we're going to do some quick assessing and see what is not centered and matched and what might be stuck and see where we go with that. So have a little step forward, a couple of inches. Perfect. I'm just going to move you from side to side, a little this way, a little that. Okay, and let me know if any of that does bother your feet.
Sure.
Okay, so that was okay. Not a lot of movement, but it was symmetrical. And we're going to turn and turn. Oh, not as much to the right as the left. Does that bother anywhere?
It does. There's a lot of tightness in my back in the middle.
Okay. And then a
side.
little bit forward and back. Okay, how does that feel on your feet?
It feels fine. But
there's not a lot of movement.
Right. No, they're very tight.
And on a day-to-day basis, that's going to impact balance. So, all right, sit down and we'll see how things are working in your core. And so we're just going to go a little side to side. Excellent. That's really nice. Turning this way and that. Great. A little forward and back. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to let you lay down on your back. And we're just going to check how each leg feels when we lift it. And that's interesting. Can you feel the difference?
Yeah.
The right one feels way heavier. And so we're going to see how they roll. And it doesn't roll as much either. You don't have any injuries to that right leg, do you?
No, but my hip is very tight on that side.
Okay, well,
I could feel that.
I'm going to guess that hip is tight
Yeah.
from some other things. All right, so let's see if we've got. So that moves really nice from the left, and it's just not as easily moving on the right. Quick check on the arms. So we're just going to wiggle. Very nice. And then how does it stretch? It doesn't. That's not a surprise.
Is it supposed to?
Yeah. But you've had some trauma at those shoulders and the chest. Okay, that's really tight, and it doesn't move as much either.
Right.
So, and this side bothers you a little bit. So the surgery that you had was mastectomy and then the implants, the reconstruction process. But part of the surgery was node removal. And you said that the right side is more, did they take more nodes or it's just more sensitive?
Oh, no, they only took nodes on the right.
Okay, so, and it's funny because from the women that I've met who've had cancer surgeries, it seems like the lymph node removal is actually what's most bothersome, that location, and also any drains.
Yeah.
So did you have any drains?
I did. 4.
Okay,
maybe
they're
5.
usually down on the sides?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll
maybe 5.
maybe see how that plays in. Okay, I'm going to grab an arm and a leg, and we're going to see how your core is moving or not. So I'm going to roll you a little bit toward me, and it's kind of not moving. Let's see what this one does. And that one isn't either. So you're symmetric, but we'd like to get both of those moving. Let's see about shoulders. A little bit on, okay, right one moves a little bit better than left. So it's almost like there's a bit of a diagonal that's more, either moving more or more stuck. So, all right, let's just see about your head. Great. Turning, that doesn't want to turn left. And forward and back. That's okay, but it could be a little better. Roll onto your stomach. There we go. Okay. Another quick check of
arms down.
Just wherever they're comfortable, so your head's comfortable. So we're just going to see what knees are doing. Just let me do it, because this is going to. A lot of times, something that's causing plantar fasciitis is often hip and knee related, and it's just causing stress at the foot. So let me bend. Okay, you can't stop helping me here. So that tells me that your body's so used to having to make it happen that it can't actually relax. And it's a little bit rotated. Like for your foot to be in a comfortable position, you kind of...
Well, that's because my foot doesn't...
Does it hurt?
Well, I can't like...
Oh, it doesn't straighten?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can't like lower it like that?
Yeah, so just where it goes is where it goes. And we're going to check a couple things at your hip. Okay, that's not moving. So it's the kick for swimming and running. Mm-hmm. And then, can I turn it? Yeah, a little bit, but there's a lot of tightness here, and that's your right, which is where you are. All right, let's see. Okay, just let me. Okay, that one you can just let me. That's good. Okay, not a lot of lift, which is called extension, and not a lot of turn. Okay, so there is a little bit more happening on this side than this side. But let's see what's going on here, because this might be a factor as well. That does not turn, and okay, so the right side is just really tight overall. And then what's going on at your shoulder? I'm gonna just loop around your shoulder and just see if we can get some easy movement. Yes, and then let's see about this one. Okay, so it's interesting. I think the left one feels a little bit tighter than the right. Often a good place for us to start working is a position where you sleep, because it's usually how your nerve...
On my side, I usually sleep.
Okay, so let's put you on your side. And we're gonna use a substitute for a pillow. Here we go. And if it's too much, let me know.
Yeah, it's a little too high.
Okay.
Sorry.
So let's see if just putting this under there helps. Just a little support. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna see how shoulder moves. It does. Okay. And then how hip moves, it doesn't much. And then, so it's interesting, you naturally ended up on your right side, and the right side is the one that doesn't move so well. So I think what we're gonna do is see if the left can help the right remember. And so we always start with what moves best. And you've got actually a lot of nice movement in the leg and the hip. So I think I'm going to support that, and we're going to just freshen that up and get a little bit more movement at your foot so that your foot's not quite so stressed. Because what it doesn't do is exactly what you said. It doesn't straighten out. Like you can't, the point where you try to make it go straight.
Mm-hmm. No, I cannot point my foot.
And a lot of that is going to, from the front of your foot, it's going to coordinate with the front of your knee. But also the one thing that happens with that movement is the front has to get longer, but the back has to get shorter. And sometimes how they match up is not happening so well. So we tend to think of each joint as how it moves as just bending, and there's actually a lot more to it. The foot does not like to turn that much either. And that will provide a lot of the initiation of turning the hip. So let's see if we can help that. If anything at your foot hurts while I'm working with it, let me know. And your knee just kind of likes to bend, which is okay. There. Okay, but it has to unwind. Okay, it's almost like we had to screw it together differently. And then, okay, feel that with your ankle? Mm-hmm. It's bending more, yep. And it's connecting to your knee, and it's also straightening more. So that's so interesting. So the knee is actually a factor of what was going on. So I'm just refreshing how your leg and your hip work together, and put that down. Let's just, I'm gonna put this on the back side of you, and nope, just relax. And we're just gonna use it as a more gentle way to refresh how it all works, because when you were on your back, this side didn't move so well either. Mm-hmm. And there we go. And then this shoulder was a little tight, so when you were on your back. So I'm just going to hold from the back and just give a little support and some movement and see if the front and the back can't be friends again and play nice with each other there. That's a little bit easier. Yay. Okay. So let's have you roll the other way. Oops, got it. I got it. There we go. There, all right. So this side, let's see what moves to start with. Definitely not here. Actually.
Or there.
Well, there's a little bit. Let's see about your leg. So it's interesting, your hip will go in, but not really out so easily. And your knee, as much as your other knee wanted to bend, this one only wants to bend like halfway. So let's support it right where it likes to be. And then see if we can coax your ankle and your knee to work together again. And so it's interesting without any injuries to account for this, like what else could be going on? But you did have some pretty extensive treatment for cancer, and chemo was part of it. So I know you said that neuropathy was one part where it just affects what we feel with our feet is just not the same. But it also, those drugs floating around in your veins and arteries in your blood system just kind of irritate it, and sometimes that's what's holding the muscles back from wanting to move. So when we support it like this and just use some really gentle movements, it just helps all the different layers be able to work with each other again. There. Okay, your knee just relaxed and unwound a little bit. Let's see if we can get it to screw together better. There we go. And then let's see if that helps your hip to start moving. Excellent. There we go. So let's see about your foot. Oh, I didn't even have to try that hard. It started turning. I think once it had some friends to help out, it's like, oh, I can do this. I remember how. Because you didn't have issues with it from many years ago. Okay, so we're going to see if we can get your leg to move your lower back and your hip. So we're going back and forth. And there it goes. Feel the difference?
Oh, yeah.
So, and there's your hip. Whee! So it's funny, the body can actually sort of make its own little grease to get everything moving. It's fluids. For all the research that they've done, the fluid at the knee called synovial fluid, they actually still don't know what makes it. They can make fake ones, but they don't know how the original is created. The body still has many mysteries. There. Okay. Wow, you can just totally see your core is moving again. So that should just let you be overall more active and be able to keep up with your kids a little bit easier, and even just daily life and sleeping better.
Oh, that's
because
good.
was any of this bothering you with sleeping?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There. I'm just going to put this one down again, and we're going to do the same thing we did with your left, but now you can see from the back at home what I'm doing. Just a really broad support and just a really light pulse to support and help all those muscles in the back remember how to coordinate with each other. And they're starting to figure it out. Good. And then we're going to see how your back and your arm like to coordinate. And because you had some more invasive surgery at your arm, where was it down here, the lymph node?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take another one of these guys. And we're going to support that. And I'm just placing it there, so it's not really a lot of pressure. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
And we're just going to help that area, all the tiny little connections in there, remember how to work together. And then they relax. And there. There we go. So now the shoulder's moving. Yay. So roll back on your back. And so let's see. Legs, it moves.
Wow.
And this one moves very easily.
Wow.
Okay. It's not so heavy anymore. They feel similar to each other. Both sides move there too. And let's just see if shoulders, they got a tiny bit stretch here. And let's see if the right one actually moves more easily. So, oh, it does. How about that? And then it's got just a little stretch to it as well. And let's see if your whole side can move now. So I'm gonna just roll you toward me. So there's a little bit of movement instead of just really being kind of stuck. And if the other side is equal, then that's what we're looking for. Yeah, it's just a little bit. So that's nice. It's a start. Roll back on your stomach and let's see if we have some better movement at your knees. Okay, so on the right, what I'm looking for,
Well, the
You
foot
didn't-
is much, but the foot is much better.
and it almost lays flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It can relax because that was the twist at your knee to be able to support your foot and where your foot could go. Okay, so let's see if you can extend at your hip, yay. And then turn, okay, there's a little bit, which is better than where we started. And this one, same idea. Okay, that's nice. And they're pretty even. So would I like a lot more on both? Yeah, but you know what? It's just getting them to move and getting them so that they match is actually a big deal. And it's possible that over the next few days or next week or so, you may end up, let's just see if we have a little bit of movement here. That's much more than what we started with. And that one moves. Okay, so come on up to sitting. Yeah. All right. So just from because really where a lot of things changed was more in the hip and the knee. So that should just kind of let your whole body relax a little bit more. So let's see if you move a little bit easier. Yay, that just goes back and forth and side to side. So you're bouncier. Good. Okay, and then stand up. Let's see. We're gonna go side to side. Yay. Gosh, and how's it feel in your feet?
My feet definitely feel better.
Okay, and the turn, oh my gosh, and that's what was not even, and It actually bothered your back. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm gonna go forward and back, and hopefully, yes, I can see your feet. They actually have this movement through them that goes forward and back. It's really nice. Great. Okay, so over the next few days, I would hope that you're gonna feel a little bit more able to move, and that the feet, the pain may not go away completely, but it should be not all the time. It just may be every here and there where you can actually figure out what was linked to that.
Sure.
Any questions?
No real questions.
Okay, so nothing you need to do or not do, just live your life. So that's great. And I'd love to have you come back.
Thank you.
So we can check in and see what.
The feet were, it was remarkable how much different.
Oh, cool. So yeah, we can see if there's some more with the shoulders just so that you feel more open up here and get more movement in your core. So that would be great. So for those of you at home, what you saw looked somewhat easy. This one was a little more complex than some of our other episodes, but a lot of complex things go into that. But that's what we teach in our classes, where we teach you the process and how to learn what to do with different movements. And if you also have had some cancer treatment or surgery and you're not feeling quite the way that you hope to, or some plantar fasciitis, absolutely we can help you. Our office is in Northbrook, Illinois, and you can look on our website for more information on how to schedule. If you enjoyed this episode and found it interesting, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel so that you'll be the first to know when the next episode comes out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.